Zwei Marken ist gewesen. Einer, was gewesen ist Schneidermann.
What's the mark?
The mark is the market.
Oh, the market.
Yeah, there were two markets. This was the real market, but was across Usher Lieblings, and then was down from the street. Laten we zien wie de street is.
Dit is dat Zwinter. Je ziet het Zwinter auf dem market.
Der Zwinter, ja. Das ist gewesen der andere Seite, der River. And was two hills in Lipcani. One hill was the hill to the post office. What means the post office street, the post office street in Russia. There was going up until we went to a big garden where my mother were given a lay or two to pay to the owner of the garden, an old Goyish lady, and we were playing there all the summer. But was hot, and this was one place where we can play, and then was the Brut.
And the Strada Poczta, this you go to Brichon.
If you go, Brichon was north?
It was right in front of us, 1, 2, 3 houses. It was the Strada Poczta up. And with Strada Poczta, you go to Brichon. But when you want to go to Jedenitz, you go the other way where you go to the Golden Bark, what you call it, the Golden Hill.
This was the one hill, and on the right side was the market, the cemetery. Before the cemetery, some here, it's the big shield on the Zaganerischer Goss, the big shield.
There were my grandparents, Schmiel lived there. His father lived there. And this street.
His name was Shmuel Cremer, but nobody called him Cremer. Everybody called him Shmuel Tepper because he was selling the clay jars in Lipcani. Like we say, every Mittwoch and Donnerstag was brennen. Every Thursday and Wednesday was a fire. All the time was a fire because all the roofs were from wood. So my grandfather's house burned up.
Across from our house was an elderly lady, and she got only $1. And she was studying to be a lawyer. And these days it was very rare that Jews can go higher than the 6th grade. As Aaron Kushner was our neighbor in the right side.
This was
Shense.
Yeah, Shense was our neighbor.
Right.
Zamwil, and this is Yitzchak. Yeah, I remember him. He was a pretty blonde guy.
Where was Baba Fruma born?
The Baba Fruma was born in Lipcani.
In Lipcani.
All, take a look, 400 years. In 1937, 7 came out a law. All the Jews had to prove their citizenship. My Zaidi was, Zaidi Shmuel, was the first what has documents when he came from Austria. His grandfather came from Austria, was 400 years in 1937, where the family was living in Lipcani. My mother was born in Lipcani, my father was born in Lipcani, my Bobby, my Zaidi, my grandpa and grandgrandpa in their wives. But I was born in Romania and my mother was born in Russia.
I went to kindergarten by 3.5 years. It was Hebrew. A Hebrew kindergarten, which it was in a small room with a long bench and a lot of pictures on the wall. And under these pictures were letters. And we have to guess after the letters, after the picture, what the letter begins for. So everything was in Hebrew. Manishma Baris Israel. Achtov, Achtov, Achtov. Tambaganim, Yeshoshanim, Tambaganim, Yesprachi. Manishma Baris Israel. We went to the Tarbut. My 4.5 years, I went to the Tarbut, the Tarbut school, which was a new school. There we got Hebrew, and everything was in Jewish. Besides the history and arithmetics, mathematics, what we say, was in Hebrew. So we went to Tarbut till 7 years. When I was 7 years, it was obligatory between 7 and 8 to go to the school, from the government school.
You didn't have electricity.
No.
How did you light the house?
With kerosene lamps.
What about running water?
No.
So
It was a Jewish man, they used to bring the water every Friday. And for washing, they used to have a very big, from tin made a bottle, which we got rainwater. With this we kept for bathing and for washing the clothes.
My mother bought a very big pot. It's not a pot, a schissel. How is a schissel?
A bowl?
A bowl, a big bowl. Dat ken ik nog Yiddish. A big bowl in a natural
A sponge.
sponge, a natural sponge. And was washing us from the head to the toes. And my father, after they stayed with the Chinese and turned the water to rinse us.
Mhm.
This was what was alive. When the Russian came in, they took him from Lipcani and made him director of what I told you on the district of Chernowitz, what was exporting everything to Russia.
So kämpfen im Süden der gewaltigen Front die Truppen der rumänischen Wehrmacht Seite an Seite mit unseren Soldaten gegen den bolschewistischen Weltfeind. Rumänische Infanterie auf dem Vormarsch. Die Sowjets versuchten hier vergeblich, die deutsch-rumänische Front zu durchbrechen. Sie wurden im Gegenangriff zurückgeschlagen.
Came the bombardment, and everybody left where they wanted. We were by foot. We left. Everybody wanted to go to the Dniester, to go over to Kamenets-Podolsk, what was Ukraine. There, sure, the German army will be not going over because the Red Army will be defending their land. A Mainzer. So, how I went for summer to the field. The field was with corn, high corn, and I went with the corn. I know the way to Khatin, and from Khatin I go to Kamenets-Podolsk.
I was very scared, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to take. And I ran in the office to my mother and said, "Mother, I'm going with the girls." She said, "I don't know what to say. Papa's not here." So when I come back to the factory, my mother was after me. All of a sudden, she comes in and she said, she came in with my little brother, Pusher. And she said, "I don't know what to do." Well, about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we moved. We got the order to move. Where to move? To Khatin. Khatin is as the Nester, which divides Ukraine from Bessarabia. So when we came to the Nester, we didn't get means to go over. So everybody was sitting under the trees. It was a little higher than an higher place, and was another dogfight right in front of us. When the dogfight was over and everything was quiet down, I went back to the place where I was sitting. But whom I see there? My sister Genia.